Have you ever stopped to ask why so few people live well past the age of 80? There are 4 key reasons, and most people have no idea they exist. Reaching 80 is an achievement, but maintaining strength and vitality beyond that age requires more than good fortune. It takes knowledge. That's because there are 4 hidden yet powerful forces quietly working against the aging body. These issues often go unnoticed until it's too late. By the time their effects show up, through fatigue, memory decline, or worsening health, the damage is often already done. In this video, we'll reveal the true reasons many people struggle to thrive after 80. These aren't guesses. They're supported by decades of medical research and real-life experience. And once you understand them, you'll realize it's not about chasing immortality. It's about preserving your energy, your independence, and your peace of mind for as long as possible. Be sure to stick around until the end, because the 4th reason may surprise you, and it could be the most crucial of all. Let's begin with the first reason: silent inflammation, the hidden driver of aging. One of the biggest dangers to your health after 80 doesn't come from outside. It starts inside the body. It's known as inflammaging, a slow, chronic form of inflammation that damages your cells, tissues, and organs over time, often without any obvious warning signs. Unlike the visible inflammation you might see after an injury, this type is internal. It builds gradually over the years, fueled by chronic stress, poor diet, lack of sleep, sedentary habits, and exposure to environmental toxins. And left unchecked, it wears the body down from the inside out. At first, it might not hurt, but it touches everything: your heart, brain, joints, even your immune system. Take Gregory, 82. He didn't smoke or drink. He took daily walks. Still, he often felt tired, achy, and mentally cloudy. His lab results were normal. It wasn't until he saw a specialist that they discovered elevated inflammatory markers. No major illness, just low-grade, chronic inflammation quietly building over time. As we age, the body's ability to manage inflammation weakens. What you could brush off in your 50s or 60s, like processed food, sitting too long, or restless nights, can start to cause real damage after 80. Inflammation gradually wears down resilience, raising the risk for heart disease, cognitive decline, and frailty. And most people have no idea it's happening. The upside? Some of the best ways to reduce inflammation are simple and cost nothing. Eating more whole, unprocessed foods, staying active, and getting quality rest. These habits won't fix things overnight, but each small change helps cool the fire. With less inflammation, the body stays stronger, even well past 80. Reason 2, muscle loss and its hidden dangers. Starting around age 60, we naturally begin to lose muscle each year. After 80, the decline accelerates. This slow breakdown is called sarcopenia. At first, it's barely noticeable. Jars are harder to open, chairs harder to rise from, stairs more tiring. But muscle is more than strength. It's key to balance, joint health, metabolism, and blood sugar control. Jake, 84, was bright and independent, living on his own. But one day, he tripped on a rug and broke his hip. He'd always seen himself as steady, but the fall revealed how much strength he'd unknowingly lost. Muscle loss often creeps in unnoticed, until a moment like that. After 80, the consequences are faster and more serious. A fall can mean weeks in bed, leading to even more weakness. Then comes a walker, the loss of independence, and a shrinking life. But this doesn't have to be the case. Muscle loss can be slowed, even reversed. Walking helps. So does light resistance training a few times a week, getting enough protein, and regular stretching. These small actions, when done consistently, make a big difference. It's not about building big muscles. It's about staying strong, stable, and able to do the things that matter most. Whether it's tending to the garden, running errands, or simply rising from bed safely each day, muscle acts as your body's quiet guardian. Especially after age 80. It can be the key not just to living longer, but to living better. If you're still watching and finding this information useful, type the number 2 in the comments so I know you're with me. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing and turning on notifications so you won't miss any upcoming videos. Your support allows us to keep making content that educates and motivates. Now, let's move on to the next point: Reason 3. Poor sleep that weakens both body and mind. As we grow older, our sleep patterns naturally shift, and unfortunately, that doesn't always mean for the better. Many people in their 80s find it harder to fall asleep, stay asleep, or get deep, restorative rest. The impact often starts subtly, feeling more fatigued during the day, becoming forgetful, or losing patience more easily. But these surface-level signs often point to something more serious. Sleep is the body's time to heal. It's when the brain clears toxins, the immune system recharges, and cells repair themselves. When that process is disturbed by light or broken sleep, those crucial systems don't function as they should. Take Helen, for example. She's 86 and used to waking up multiple times each night. She thought it was just part of aging. But gradually, she noticed her memory slipping, her energy dwindling, and her immunity weakening. Her doctor helped her understand that sleep isn't just rest. It's vital for cognitive and physical health. Once she improved her sleep habits, her energy and mental clarity began to return. Many older adults assume poor sleep is unavoidable, but that's not necessarily true. Simple changes can make a big difference. A consistent bedtime, avoiding caffeine and alcohol later in the day, getting morning sunlight, keeping the bedroom cool and dark, and staying active during the day. After 80, quality sleep is just as crucial as a nutritious diet or safe physical activity. It influences your balance, memory, immunity, and overall energy. It's not about sleeping longer. It's about sleeping more effectively. Making sleep a priority may be one of the best choices for maintaining your well-being. Reason 4. Loneliness and the loss of daily purpose. There's a quiet, often overlooked threat that affects many people in their 80s, and it isn't a medical condition. It's loneliness. And its impact isn't just emotional. It can affect the body just as seriously. Loneliness doesn't just weigh on the mind. It impacts the body, too. Research shows that feeling isolated or lacking a sense of purpose can actually shorten life expectancy, even more than some chronic illnesses. As people age, their social circles often shrink. Friends pass away. Children move far. Physical challenges make it harder to get out. Gradually, and often unintentionally, many older adults find themselves spending more time alone, both physically and emotionally. Take Franklin, for example. He's 88. His wife died 5 years ago, and his children live in different states. His days are quiet. He cooks for himself, keeps his home clean, and watches TV. But some days, he doesn't speak to another person. What he misses most isn't the noise or activity. It's the feeling of being needed, of knowing someone is counting on him. That his presence matters. Humans are wired for connection. And after 80, as roles like work, caregiving, or community involvement fade, people often lose more than interaction. They lose identity. That nagging question, why get up today, can become a heavy weight. Over time, this affects immunity, brain chemistry, and motivation. But having a sense of purpose doesn't require something big. It might be watering plants, writing notes, calling a friend, feeding the birds, or helping a neighbor. Even the smallest actions can bring structure, meaning, and joy. Reaching out, despite discomfort, can brighten someone else's day and your own. It's important to recognize solitude is not the same as loneliness. Finding peace and stillness is a strength, but feeling invisible or useless, that takes a toll on the body. So if you're over 80 or know someone who is, ask the simple question, what gives you purpose today? And how can you protect that like a daily dose of medicine? Because in many ways, it is. Now, if you're still watching and finding this meaningful, comment for below to let us know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now's a great time. Turning on notifications helps you stay connected with more helpful content like this. Let's finish with a moment of reflection, not with fear, but with clarity. Living past 80 is a gift, but many people reach this stage without the health they hoped for, not from lack of effort, but because they didn't see what was quietly wearing them down. Things like inflammation, muscle loss, poor sleep, and emotional disconnection creep in over time. And once they become visible, the damage is often underway. But information is power. This video isn't meant to alarm. It's meant to empower. To show that steady, small steps still matter. The choices you make today, this week, this year, they shape how you feel and function in the years ahead. So, what resonated with you the most? Was it the silent buildup of inflammation? The way strength fades without movement? The reminder that sleep and emotional connection are just as critical as any pill? Whatever it was, don't let it be just another fact. Let it be a shift, a commitment to show up for your body, mind, and purpose. Aging doesn't mean disappearing. It means refining, choosing what matters, letting the rest fall away. You've earned the right to live with strength, clarity, and wisdom. Don't settle for less. Thanks for spending time with us today. Share one thing you learned and how you'll use it in your life. We truly value your thoughts. Reading your comments inspires us to keep going. If you found this helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating meaningful content. See you in the next video.